Hello friends, I welcome you on BYJU'S Exam Prep, India's most comprehensive preparation platform for all the engineers. All the candidates who are live with me, just quickly confirm your presence in the comment section and tell me whether my audio, visual quality, everything is clear so that we can start with the session. दोस्तों आप सबका स्वागत है BYJU'S Exam Prep, India's most comprehensive preparation platform for all the engineers. जितने भी कैंडिडेट्स मुझे लाइव ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं एक बार जल्दी से कंफर्म कर दीजिए ऑडियो विजुअल सब क्लियर है जिससे कि हम सेशन को जल्दी से जल्दी स्टार्ट कर सकें. सो दिस सेशन इज मल्टी स्ट्रीम. ये दो चैनल्स पे चल रहा है. बायजूस एग्जाम प्रेप के दो चैनल्स पे चल रहा है, ईसी इलेक्ट्रिकल वाले पर भी और सिविल मैकेनिकल भी. सो बोथ द स्टूडेंट्स हु आर इन सिविल मैकेनिकल ऑल्सो, इलेक्ट्रिकल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स ऑल्सो, जस्ट टेल मी इन द कमेंट सेक्शन that are you there, are you able to follow me? So before I start the session, let me just give you some background because this is the first session for non-tech Maha Marathon and I will be using both Hindi and English languages. So wherever you have any difficulty, अगर किसी को हिंदी में दिक्कत है तो आप बोलेंगे तो मैं हिंदी में ट्रांसलेट करूंगा, and if you have a problem, you want me something to explain in English, I will explain in English also. So friends, if you see, the Engineering Services Examination 2023 is going to be the next big opportunity after GATE 2023. Civil GATE examination is pending, whereas EC Electrical and Mechanical GATE examination has already been conducted. Now we are bringing the Maha Marathon sessions for all the 10 topics for General Studies Paper 1, that is going to be your prelims examination on 20th February 2023. All these 10 topics together, I think whatever content with respect to theory and numericals or problems we are bringing in this session, it is going to be unmatched. So I would request all of you to be very serious for these sessions and get the maximum benefit out of these sessions. Good evening everybody, welcome to the session. How are you? So today I will be starting with the engineering ethics, that is ethics and values for engineering profession. I will try my level best to complete the complete exhaustive analysis of the whole subject. If there is anything remaining, then I will definitely plan another session for it, okay, as per your demand. So let us quickly start with the session. Some of you may be joining me for the first time. So let me just give you a brief introduction about myself. My name is Ashutsoh. I have completed my MTech in 2010. I have written a couple of books on engineering ethics and power system. Basically, I belong to electrical engineering, but I deal with subjects like electrical subjects. Apart from that, I handle subjects like current affairs, ethics, material science for non-technical portion also. See, that today's class is going to be approximately 3 hours class, and let us see how much we can finish in those 3 hours, and rest if anything is remaining, then definitely we'll plan another class also. But before I start the session, I would request all of you just quickly hit the like button, share the session with your friends and colleagues, okay? Just hit the like button, just like, share and subscribe so that you do not miss any of the important session. Before I start the session, some important information I want to convey. 15th of February, BYJU'S Exam Prep is bringing for the first time the rank predictor tool for GATE 2023 so that you can take better decisions in terms of your career. So 15th of February, when you will be getting the official response sheet from the GATE official website, you can just fill in your responses and you will be getting your approximate rank. My Telegram link is electrical by Ashutsoh Sir. You go to the Telegram app and find this name, electrical by Ashutsoh Sir. You will find this channel. You can join this channel. After the completion of this particular session, I will be uploading the complete PDF along with the notes, so you can follow that for your revision purpose also. Second important thing is the Maha Marathon sessions we are starting, that is 8th of February, that is today, and it is going to be the most comprehensive non-technical portion, that is General Studies Paper 1 for your prelims examination for engineering services. Another important information, 11th of February, 7:30 p.m. everybody's favorite, my favorite, Dheeraj Sardana sir is going to take a workshop, free workshop on 7 success mantras from a beginner to a topper in GATE 2024. So if you have a colleague, if you have a junior, or you yourself interested for GATE 2024, then you can, yes, PDF mil jayegi, then you can join this workshop, but you have to get yourself registered for this before you attend this workshop. Now, before I start the session for today, I want to show you what is the timetable. So today is 8th of February. This is my name. I am handling ethics and values for engineering profession. It was actually scheduled to 5 p.m. but because of some clash and technical issues, we have to shift it to 11 p.m. in the night, that is today. Rest all the session you can see it is going to be 10 a.m. in the morning, except this session 6 p.m. that is design, drawing and safety, which will be taken by Suraj Gopi Sir on 14th of February. Rest all the session you can see. After today's session, tomorrow morning you will be having the session for 9th of February by your favorite, my favorite, Joshi Sir. He will be handling information and communication technology, and it is going to be conducted 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Everybody. So we have a separate series for the technical topics also. Already some of the common portion has been completed in various marathon series. Whatever is the remaining, that is the difference in terms of syllabus for GATE and engineering services, that is also being taken care of. You can see in 2 different channels. So everybody just tell me in the comment section, are you excited for this session? See, एक बच्चा पूछ रहा है कि सर मैंने अभी तक पढ़ा नहीं है जीएस का पोर्शन, तो मुझे पढ़ना चाहिए कि नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए. देन आई हैव अ सिंपल सजेशन फॉर यू. कोई काम तुमने अभी तक नहीं किया बट कभी ना कभी तो करना है, तो अगर कभी ना कभी करना है तो बेटर है कि आज से आप उसको स्टार्ट करें. So all those candidates who are even not preparing for GATE Engineering Services 2023, if you are aiming Engineering Services examination any time ahead in your career, then this session is going to be one first bedrock, one foundation for you, so that you understand that what type of questions are being asked and in which direction you have to prepare yourself. Is it clear, everybody? Shall we start? And one thing I can promise you, friends, one thing I can promise you, that whatever content you are going to get here, this is going to be unmatched. Okay, nowhere you will find this book because this content, because in ethics there is no standard book which you can follow and you say that I have the confidence for engineering ethics for engineering services. There is no material on which you can 100% dependent. So these classes are going to be very important, particularly this class and the other sessions I am taking in BYJU'S Exam Prep paid batches also for non-technical portion. So that is going to be important, at least I can say for ethics. Okay, because I deal with ethics, so I can say for ethics, because ethics don't have a resource. ओके आपके पास कोई ऐसी किताब नहीं है एथिक्स में जो आप पढ़ लें और आप बोले कि नहीं एथिक्स मुझे आ गया है. तो दोस्तों चलिए जल्दी से एथिक्स को स्टार्ट करते हैं. एथिक्स के बारे में बातचीत करेंगे. द फर्स्ट थिंग यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड इज व्हाई एथिक्स इज इंपॉर्टेंट इन डिसीजन मेकिंग. Why ethics is so important that engineering services examination has brought some changes in the curriculum, and now you have to prepare for ethics when you have already graduated from your engineering. ऐसा क्या है एथिक्स में जो आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा और यूपीएससी ने इसको क्यों इंट्रोड्यूस किया, इसको समझने की जरूरत है. मैं आपको एक बहुत सिंपल एग्जांपल देता हूं. आई विल गिव यू अ वेरी सिंपल एग्जांपल फॉर दिस. व्हेन यू वर इन योर 12th स्टैंडर्ड, when you were in your 12th standard, every single person to whom you are going to in contact, he is going to ask you कि भैया 12वीं के बाद आईआईटी कर रहे हो कि नहीं कर रहे हो, आईआईटी निकाल रहे हो कि नहीं निकाल रहे हो. If you don't go to IIT after 12th, I'm just giving you one random example. Some people may go to other career options also. I'm taking one example because most of us are going to follow the engineering stream. That is why I'm taking the example of engineering. After your 12th, everybody is asking you whether you are going to prepare for IIT or not. So there comes the reality distortion. What is reality distortion? In Hindi we call it भ्रम की स्थिति. जब आपको समझ में ना आए कि क्या सच है और क्या गलत है, और आप गलत को सही और सही को गलत मानकर निर्णय ले लेते हैं. When you understand right as wrong and wrong as right and take a decision, that is called as reality distortion. What was the reality distortion? The reality distortion was that after your 12th standard, if you don't crack IIT JEE, your life is going to be a hell. But it is not a truth. It's not a truth. So once you have the reality distortion, you will become insecure. You understand this? अगर आपको भ्रम की स्थिति में रखा जाए तो आप insecure हो जाते हैं. When you become insecure, you start becoming selective. You start taking decisions. I will prepare for IIT. I will not prepare for IIT. Yes or no? So when you become selective, you have to make choices. You have to make choices. Choices making. In order to make choices, you have to take judgments. What are the judgments? Based on Mewa. What is Mewa? M stands for morals. E stands for ethics. V stands for values. And A stands for attitude. A stands for attitude. So based on morals, ethics, values and attitude, you start taking judgments to make the choices. Now on the basis of these morals, ethics, values and attitude, you decide the list of do's and the list of don'ts. जो आपको करना है वो है list of do's और जो आपको नहीं करना है that is list of don'ts. So finally you come to prescriptions and prohibitions. Prescriptions means something to follow. Prohibitions means to avoid something. Prescription means the list of do's. Prohibition means the list of don'ts. So the whole idea of ethics in your life is because of reality distortion. Once there is reality distortion, you get insecurity. Once you are insecure, you become selective. You start making choices. When you start making choices, you take judgments. Judgments on the basis of what? The judgments on the basis of morals, ethics, values and attitude. Are you able to follow this? How ethics came into the picture? How ethics became so important? Because every single decision you are going to take, you have to understand what is the list of do's and what is the list of don'ts. क्या करना है और क्या नहीं करना है? What is right and what is wrong? What is good and what is bad? That you can only decide if you understand morals, ethics, values and attitude. Is it clear? Everybody just tell me yes or no in the comment section. Everybody just tell me yes or no in the comment section. Manikant, please wait. We'll be discussing attitude also. Pradeep Singh is asking, sir, I had completed BTech in 2021 and still I go for one again for GATE next year or not? See, we'll talk about these general things later on because this is very important, very crucial time for everybody and we have to talk about ethics. Understood? Let us go to the next point. Now, if you ask me, sir, please define ethics. So I will define ethics as a branch of moral philosophy. Ethics is a branch of moral philosophy. It means if you want to understand ethics, you have to understand philosophy also. Okay, so we have Ashu Jhangra sir also with me in this session. So guys, just send your support, send your love, send your respect for Ashu sir. He is in the session. Thank you so much, sir, for coming to the session. Good evening everybody. Thank you so much, sir. Now please understand what is philosophy. Now philosophy is made of two words. Philo means love. Philo means love. And soph means knowledge. So love for knowledge, attraction for knowledge is the basis of philosophy. For example, this is an electronic pen. This is an electronic pen. Now I want to know how this pen is being fabricated. What is the material being used? How it functions? Who has made it for the first time? All this is knowledge. So when you talk about knowledge, when you talk about the source of knowledge, when you talk about the meaning, nature and scope of knowledge, you are talking about philosophy. Now in general, we can have several branches of philosophies. The first one is epistemology. In 2019, you got a question on epistemology. 2019, you got epistemology, a question. You can check the paper. Now epistemology is about the origin, meaning, nature and scope of knowledge. Origin means what? From where it has come? Suppose you are taking the example of Ohm's law, because I belong to electrical engineering. Suppose you are taking the example of Ohm's law. Now the first question you are going to ask, what is the origin of Ohm's law? Ohm's law आया कहां से? That is the origin. Meaning, इसका मतलब क्या है? If you are writing V is equal to IR, what is the meaning of V? What is the meaning of I? What is the meaning of R? That is the meaning. Nature. Nature means whether it has a positive connotation or it has a negative connotation. Whether it is a restriction or whether it is an expansion. That is the nature. Now, the last thing is scope. Scope means application. Scope means application. So when you talk about the origin, source of knowledge, when you talk about the meaning, what it is, and when you talk about the nature, whether it is having a positive connotation or negative connotation, and scope, where you can apply Ohm's law, then you are talking about epistemology. Everybody just tell me in the comment section, are you able to follow this? See how I am going to teach you ethics. For every single word, I will give you a master key, a key statement, a word that is going to be helpful for you so that you can easily revise and understand the most complex concepts of ethics. For example, epistemology. You don't need to read the big definitions. You just need to understand जहां पर भी वो मीनिंग, नेचर, स्कोप, ओरिजिन की बात करें नॉलेज की, आप समझ जाओ एपिस्टेमोलॉजी की बात कर रहा है. ये पेन कैसे बना, किस मटेरियल से बना, किसने बनाया, क्यों बनाया, इससे क्या कर सकते हैं. जब हम इसकी बात करें तो हम बात कर रहे हैं एपिस्टेमोलॉजी की. The second branch of philosophy is metaphysics. Now metaphysics has a root word which means meta. Meta means beyond. So metaphysics means beyond physical limitation. Beyond physical limitation. If this is a remote, okay, this is a remote. Now you will say, I will ask you, sir, what is this? You will say, sir, this is a remote. I will say, no, this is not remote. This is God. Now you will say, sir, how this is a God? I will say this is a God because it helps me to change the slide. And if I am not able to change the slide, I will not be able to teach you. So this is God for me. So I am not restricting my understanding about it in terms of its physical limitation. मैं इसका size, shape, color देखकर नहीं बता रहा हूं कि ये remote है. मैं इसके beyond ये करता क्या है वो देखकर बता रहा हूं कि ये मेरे लिए God है. Everybody else tell me, are you able to follow this? Sometimes when you read ethics, people may understand you have gone mad. So don't be like that. So once again, Abhinav Negi sir is also in this session. Thank you so much, sir, for coming to the session. And दोस्तों, 12th of February, civil engineering, the complete analysis for both the session is going to be conducted. So be ready for this live gate analysis. Yes, on the same channel. Now let us come to metaphysics, that is knowledge beyond physical boundaries. The third philosophy, branch of philosophy is ontology. Ontology. Now ontology is, in Hindi we call it Satta Mimansa. Ontology in Hindi we call it Satta Mimansa. This is the Hindi translation. Now please understand what is ontology. When you talk about the very existence of something, for example, you are saying, sir, this is electronic pen. Now you are asking me, sir, why this pen is this much only? Why it is not all? And what is the difference between this and other things? When you are talking about the very existence of something, yes, Hardik. So basically you are asking two questions when you are talking about ontology. The first one is, if something is this, then why it is not that? If this is a pen and this is a remote, then why pen is not remote and why not remote is pen? You are talking about the very existence of this pen and this remote. And the second question is, if something is this much, then why it is not all? Are you getting this? I am not asking you to go into much deeper of this philosophy, because people spend their whole life on one branch of philosophy, even one particular specialization of one branch of philosophy. So you cannot understand it fully, but for the time being, for your examination, I hope you understand. Are you getting this? Epistemology, meaning, nature, scope and origin. Metaphysics, beyond the physical limitation. Ontology, satta mimamsa, about existence. Why it is this, why it is that, and if this is this, why it is not all. 2 questions you have to ask. Can you remember these keywords? Can you remember these master keys? And if you can remember this, I can tell you, you can answer questions in the engineering services examination in ethics. The next branch of philosophy is theodicy. Theodicy has a root word, that is theo, and theo means God. Theo means God. Theodicy has 2-3 fundamental questions. Number 1, and it's not about any religion. Let me tell you, I'm being very objective in this. We are talking about the examination. We are talking about the syllabus. Okay, so don't get into the religious terms. I am asking very fundamental question under theodicy. Whether there is God or not, that is the very fundamental question. Second, what is the nature of God? God is good or bad? कोई अमीर पैदा होता है, कोई गरीब पैदा होता है. तो ये डिफरेंस भगवान ने क्यों क्रिएट किया? किसी के एक हाथ नहीं है, किसी की आंखों में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, किसी को और कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, किसी के साथ सब कुछ अच्छा है. तो अगर भगवान अच्छा है तो भगवान ने डिफरेंस क्यों क्रिएट किया? Why somebody is good? Why somebody is bad? Why somebody is rich? Why somebody is poor? हम जब कहीं घूमने जाते हैं तो कौन सा होटल बुक करते हैं? 5 स्टार होटल बुक करते हैं. और उसी 5 स्टार होटल के बाहर, जिस 5 स्टार होटल में सैकड़ों एसी कमरे खाली होते हैं, उसी 5 स्टार होटल के सामने जो रोड होती है, उसके पेवमेंट पे, उसके फुटपाथ पे कुछ गरीब लोग भूखे सो रहे होते हैं ठंडक में. वो कमरे खाली हैं, बट वो उन गरीब लोगों को अंदर आराम करने, लेटने नहीं दे सकते उस रात के लिए. तो ऐसा सिस्टम किसने बनाया? Are you getting this idea or not? What are the basic fundamental questions are asked under this philosophy, theodicy? But theodicy is something which is not going to be touched upon in your examination because it is related to religion. Let us come to the next one. Next one is axiology. Now, axiology is very important. Axiology is the philosophy or the theory of values. Thank you so much, Tohin. Listen. Axiology is the branch of philosophy. What you are writing? Ethics is a branch of moral philosophy. So, axiology is that moral philosophy which has ethics in it. Which has ethics in it. Thank you so much, Vagmi. Thank you. Now, the last one is logic. और आपको जानकर बहुत खुशी होगी, जितने इंजीनियर्स हैं जो मैथ्स पढ़ते हैं, जो आपकी मैथमेटिक्स है वो इसी से निकली है, लॉजिक से. द वेरी ओरिजिन ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स, जब जीरो दिया मेरे भारत ने, दैट इज बेस्ड ऑन दिस लॉजिक फिलॉसफी. सांख्य दर्शन, इन हिंदी वी कॉल इट सांख्य दर्शन, बट दैट इज नॉट ओनली मैथमेटिक्स, इट्स अबाउट द स्कोप एंड नेचर ऑफ लॉजिक. Scope and nature of logic, it is not limited to some letters, some numbers. It is much beyond. And that is about logic. Okay. Are you getting this or not? So when you are talking about the logic in terms of knowledge, you are talking about the philosophy of logic. Is it clear, everybody? Just tell me yes or no in the comment section. See, this session is going to be extremely interesting, but you have to have patience. घर में जो भगवान है भाई, उनके हाथ जोड़ दें तो अपने बेडरूम से निकलो, मंदिर में जाओ, हाथ जोड़ लो. लेकिन अगर किसी बहुत पूज्य देवी देवता के दर्शन करने हैं तो पहाड़ चढ़ना पड़ेगा. संयम होना चाहिए, पेशेंस होना चाहिए. तो मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूं कि मैं देवी देवता हूं, मैं एक एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूं. ठीक है, पता नहीं किसी ने मीम बना दिया, चला दिया कि आशुतोष सर तो कह रहे हैं वो भगवान है. भगवान नहीं हूं मैं, इंसानी हूं. I'm just saying that if you want the best of the content, then you have to have the patience and you have to be with me for next 2-3 hours. So everybody is comfortable with this branch of philosophy. Any confusion you can ask me. Any confusion, any doubt, you can ask me. Yes, everybody. So you keep 4, 5 water bottles. Yes, everybody. Nobody is God, nobody is God, everybody is human being. Listen, so everybody is clear with the very branches of philosophy. I am just going to give you ontology. Hardik is asking about ontology. Understand. What should I do? Ontology. Okay. Ontology. So here I am just explaining ontology. Okay, don't get confused. Ontology. So it's talking about existence. The very existence of knowledge. You are saying, sir, this is the AC remote. This is the knowledge, yes or no? You have some knowledge, then you are saying this is AC remote. Now, ontology is asking the existence of this AC remote. Why AC remote is like this only? Why AC remote is not like AC? Are you getting this idea? The very existence of this. Good evening. Everybody just tell me, audio, visual, everything is clear? Anu Ajay is saying there is a problem with the voice. Yes, Pradeep, you will be getting the PDF, but it is better if you stay in the live session. It is going to be quite interesting. Are you getting that? Everybody? Audio, visual, everything is clear? All okay. Listen. So, ontology is talking about existence. It's about satta. Satta mimansa. Why this remote is only this much? Why it is not all? Why you are not saying that this room is the AC remote? Because the existence of AC remote is like this only. So, it is this much only. Why it is not all? Because this is AC remote. The room is not AC remote. The AC is not AC remote. So, ontology is asking the very fundamental question about the existence of any knowledge. Are you getting this, Mr. Hardik? Jayesh is asking about theology. Yeah, it's not actually theology, it's theodicy. It's theodicy. Some sources they are writing theology also, but you better call it theodicy. So, theo is a root word which deals with God. Theology as a philosophy asks very fundamental question whether God exists or not, and what is the nature of God, whether God is good or bad, and take it objectively, not in terms of any religious understanding. Is it clear, everybody? Okay, so I hope now we can proceed. Now we will talk about axiology. Axiology is important for us because out of all the branches of philosophies, axiology is going to give us the very source of ethics. Everybody is speaking this statement. Ethics is the branch of moral philosophy. Which moral philosophy? Nobody knows. So this year, Engineering Services Examination 2023, you will be getting a question on axiology. This is my prediction. Can you identify the statement written in the question whether it deals with axiology or not? Because axiology is theory of values. It talks about origin, meaning, nature, and scope. Origin means the very source of values. Values आई कहां से? Meaning, इनका मतलब क्या है? Now you are saying Mr. X is an honest person. Mr. X एक ईमानदार है, आदमी है. तो इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मीनिंग क्या है? Are you getting this idea or not? Nature, it has a positive connotation or negative connotation? इसका नेचर कैसा है? फोर्थ, स्कोप, इसका एप्लीकेशन क्या है? इस वैल्यू का स्कोप क्या है? एप्लीकेशन कहां कर सकते हैं इसको? So when you talk about the origin, meaning, nature and scope of values, you are talking about axiology. Are you getting this, everybody? Now axiology has two classifications, two branches. One is aesthetics and one is ethics. Now ethics is based on the very idea of right and wrong. What is right and what is wrong? That is being decided by ethics. And beyond the idea of right and wrong, if something is based on taste, especially related to arts, if you see a painting and you see, what is this? Some scattered colors, here and there lines, curved lines, and people are buying it for crores of rupees. For you, that art piece or painting may be useless, and for others it may be of crores of rupees. This difference, this value comes under aesthetic values. Aesthetic values, are you getting this? Now, aesthetic values has nothing to do with the idea of right and wrong, whereas ethics talks about the idea of right and wrong. Everybody just tell me in the comment section, are you able to follow this? Are you able to follow this? Just tell me yes or no. Do you understand the difference between aesthetics and ethics? Aesthetics is values out of the realm of right and wrong. For example, values related to the piece of art. Okay. Somebody likes a particular song. Somebody does not like a particular song. It's the choice. It's a taste. Okay. Now, ethics is related to the values in the realm of right and wrong. For example, helping others is right or wrong. Helping others is right or wrong. Now, some people will ask me, sir, what you are saying, helping others, how it can be wrong? You are going to appear in your Engineering Services 2023 examination interview and you see some road accident nearby. What you will do? You will help or you will go to your interview? If you help, your interview is going to be lost. And if you don't help, this is going to be unethical. So you have to understand, depending upon the situation, you have to take the decision whether helping others is going to be right or wrong. There is no absolute knowledge. It's all relative. जब न्यूटन ने लॉज दिए, लॉज ऑफ मोशन दिए, तो सबको लगा यही सच्चाई है. फिर आए अपने आइंस्टाइन बाबा, वो अलग ही क्वांटम फिजिक्स खेल रहे थे. मास और एनर्जी के बीच के डिफरेंस को ही खत्म कर दिया. आर यू गेटिंग दिस आइडिया और नॉट? So let us proceed. Now, if you talk about values, I want to tell you what is the relation and what is the difference between values and interest. But before this, I want to tell you something. If you ask me, sir, please define first what is a value. Now, the term value is not in terms of the price of something. You can ask me, sir, what is the value of this pen? Okay, what is the value of this pen? Now, you will say, thank you, Shashi, thank you. Now, suppose I ask you, what is the cost of this pen? You will say, sir, 2,000 rupees. But that is 2,000 rupees from your perspective. From my perspective, this pen is priceless. Because I'm not writing words here, I'm writing your destiny, your future, hundreds and lakhs and thousands of students. So what is the value of this pen for me? It is priceless. So what is value? Value is the importance attached to something. Value is importance attached to something. Importance attached to something. Now, some years ago, there was a movie. कितने लोगों ने वो movie देखी थी? एक movie आई थी ना, अजय देवगन की. क्या नाम था उसका? कंपनी करके कुछ नाम था. डी कंपनी करके. जिसमें वो डॉन बना होता है और कंगना रनौत उसकी हीरोइन होती है. तो उसको प्रपोज करना होता है कंगना रनौत को, कुछ देना होता है. तो देखता है सामने अमरूद का एक ठेला लगा है. तो अमरूद वाले से पूछता है कि भैया ये अमरूद कितने का है? तो वो कहता है कि भाई साहब 20 रुपए का है, ले लीजिए. कहता है नहीं 20 रुपए का नहीं, सोचो अगर ये अमरूद दुनिया का आखिरी अमरूद हो तो. कहता है दुनिया का आखिरी अमरूद तो भैया 500 रुपए का होगा. फिर बोलता नहीं, सोचो ये वही अमरूद है जो शाहजहां ने मुमताज को खिलाया था, अब कितने का है? कहता है अच्छा 2000 रुपए का. ऐसे ही करते 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 वो पहुंचता है 4,000 रुपए पे। फाइनली 4,000 रुपए का वो अमरूद लेता है और कंगना रनौत को गिफ्ट करता है, और वो इंप्रेस हो जाती है क्योंकि वो पूरी सिचुएशन देख रही होती है। यस, सुल्तान मिर्जा। तो व्हाट इज द पॉइंट आई वांट टू मेक हियर इज, when you talk about value, you don't talk in terms of the price, you talk in terms of the importance attached to something. Yes or no? Now understand the difference between values and interest. Now we have decided the first stage of any decision making is the list of preferences and prohibitions. This prescription is nothing but preferences. हमें अपनी जिंदगी में क्या करना है और क्या नहीं करना है, हमें अपनी जिंदगी में क्या करना है और क्या नहीं करना है, that is being decided by, okay, Once Upon a Time in Mumbai. That is the correct name of the movie. So prescription is the list of do's, preferences, and prohibitions is the list of don'ts. Okay, understood? Now when you have preferences, now preferences you can have on the basis of like or dislike also, and preferences you can have on the basis of importance attached to something also. Yes or no? For example, suppose I like this remote, and I don't know whether there is a value in this remote or not. Just I look upon it and it looks very attractive to me. So it is going to be beyond the logic of right and wrong, beyond value. It is on the basis of my like and dislike. Yes or no? वो जो शाहरुख खान ने किसी पिक्चर में कहा था ना, वो जो दिल की घंटी बजती है, तो वो जो दिल की घंटी बजती है ना, वो दिल की घंटी क्या है? बेस्ड ऑन लाइक एंड डिसलाइक। तब दिमाग नहीं काम करता है सही क्या है गलत क्या है। फिर शादी के पहले साल में जो चंद्रमुखी होती है वो 2 साल बाद सूरजमुखी बन जाती है और अगले 2 साल बाद ज्वालामुखी बन जाती है। आर यू गेटिंग दिस? एंड प्लीज डोंट गेट ऑफेंडेड, ओके? Not in terms of religion, not in terms of gender. I am just trying to make it quite easy for you to grasp it, to understand it. Are you getting this? So like or dislike, it is beyond logic. It's beyond logic. You may like me, you may dislike me. And when you say it's based on importance, your preference is based on importance, that will lead to a value. And when something is based on like or dislike, it will develop into an interest. Over a period of time, an interest can transform into the value, and over a period of time, value can also become interest. Interest value बन सकता है और value interest बन सकता है। कैसे, उसका मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूं। Suppose you like Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli. Now some people will say, sir, we don't like Virat Kohli, we like Anushka. So that is beyond the scope of this class. Thank you, Tuhin. Now suppose you like Virat Kohli. You don't have any idea about cricket, but you are passionate about Kohli. Whatever Kohli is going to do, you will also do. You will follow Kohli. Thank you everybody. Listen. Now, when you are going to follow Virat Kohli, slowly on the basis of this like and dislike, you will develop the interest in cricket. You will develop the interest in cricket because Virat Kohli is playing cricket only. So, you are interested in all the news stuff related to Virat Kohli and it is related to cricket. So, somehow you are going to develop the interest in cricket. Now, my friend, when this interest in the cricket is generalized means what? Initially, it was limited to Virat Kohli. Now, it is expanded to the cricket. You want to play cricket. You want to have a bat ball in your home and you want to play with your friends. Then this interest will develop into a value. This interest will develop into a value. Value is more last longing because interest may change over a period of time. Today, you like Virat Kohli. When Virat Kohli retired, next person you are going to follow. Are you getting this? So this is not fixed. Interests are not fixed, but values are fixed. Are you getting this or not? Just tell me yes or no. Are you getting this example that values may start from interest and interest may develop into values? Now let us understand the reverse case. How this narrow and specific should be here. How values are going to be transformed into interest. Suppose you don't have any interest in Virat Kohli, but you have a value for cricket as a game. Are you getting this? You are not interested in any player. You are interested in cricket as a game. You have a value, you have an importance attached to cricket. Are you getting this? So you have this value of loving cricket. When it becomes narrow and specific, now who is doing better? Who is doing better performance in cricket? Virat Kohli. So now your value will transform into the interest. Now you start liking Virat Kohli. With this idea, with this example of cricket and Virat Kohli, I hope you understand that values and interest are interchangeable. But values are relatively permanent. What is the meaning of relatively permanent? What is the meaning of relatively permanent? Permanent means permanent. What is relatively permanent? Values are not going to change overnight. There was one movie in Bollywood, Mujhse Shaadi Karogi. And there was a comic character played by the most respected one, Kader Khan Saab. His character name was Duggal Saab. So every fine morning, he has a different problem. Duggal Saab aaj andhe hain, Duggal Saab aaj behre hain. But normal life, this is not going to happen. Your values cannot change overnight. Values are relatively permanent. Values cannot change suddenly. Are you getting this or not? So, if you talk about interest, now interests are transient. Today morning, you like Virat Kohli. Now in the afternoon, there was one player who has scored 2 centuries in one match only. Now he will become your favorite person. You will like Virat Kohli also, but you will like that sportsman also. So likes and dislikes are going to be frequently changing. It is transient, but interest will change. Transient in nature, but values are relatively permanent. Values are global. Global means what? Whatever decision you will take. Yes, movies के एग्जाम्पल मैं इसलिए देता हूं बेटा क्योंकि वो आपको आसानी से समझ में आ जाएंगे. Whatever decision you take, values are going to be always present in them. Are you getting this or not? If I have to decide which color of cloth I am going to wear today, there is also some value. And if I am taking a big decision for my life, values are going to be involved in them also. So values are global, present in every decision making. Present in every decision making. Present in every decision making. Is it clear, everybody? Just tell me yes or no. Abstract. Abstract means something which is beyond the physical limitation. If you are saying Ashutsoh Sir is very honest, can I show you my honesty? No. It doesn't have a physical shape. It doesn't have a physical meaning. It is an abstract idea. ये तो मेरे दिमाग की उपज है. It is a mental construct. ये तो मेरे दिमाग में है कि ईमानदारी क्या होता है. मैं दिखाऊं कैसे तुमको कि ईमानदारी क्या होता है. So you cannot show your moral ethics and values and attitude to anyone. Only your behavior is going to tell other people what is your morals, what is your values, what is your ethics, and what is your attitude. Are you getting this or not? See, don't put your words in the comment section. That will confuse other students. It's my humble request. If you have a query, if you have a question, you can ask me. You can laugh, you can send love. But don't use your own words here. You want one example? You want one example? Why I am saying this? You want one example or not? Live example I will give you in front of everyone on YouTube live. Tell me, what is the difference between honesty and integrity? Now tell me what is the meaning of honesty and integrity. Tell me what is the meaning of honesty and integrity. Honesty means ईमानदारी, and integrity means purity of character. Honesty, everybody knows honesty, but can you define honesty? No. So if you put your own words, the whole game is going to be distorted. You will never be able to understand what I'm trying to make you understand. When you come to this class of ethics, you please be a clean slate, nothing written at all, and if it is written, I will first erase it. So there will be loss of time. You come to me as a clean slate, and whatever I'm going to write, you please follow that. You can trust me. Honesty means how much close you are to your true self. आप अपने खुद के ईमान के जितना क्लोज हैं उतने ही ज्यादा आप ईमानदार हैं. I will give you one interesting example. There are two people. People A, people B. Now A is a thief. A is a thief and B is a policeman. B is a policeman. Are you getting this? A is a thief. A has committed a crime. He has committed an act of theft. But after committing that act, he has surrendered himself in front of the police. Listen. Person B, he is a policeman, but he used to take bribes. A एक ऐसा इंसान है जो है चोर, जिसने चोरी करी है, बट चोरी करने के बाद उसको इतना पछतावा हुआ, उसने जाके पुलिस के सामने आत्मसमर्पण कर दिया. और वहीं एक दूसरा इंसान बी है जो कि एक पुलिसमैन है, पुलिस में है. वो चोरी वोरी नहीं कर रहा है, बट वो रिश्वत लेता है. Now you tell me who is more honest, A or B? Who is more honest, A or B? A is going to be more honest. एक चोर भी तो ईमानदार हो सकता है. उसने चोरी करी, बट वो अपने खुद के ईमान के करीब था, उसने जाके सरेंडर कर दिया. और बी एक पुलिस वाला होते हुए भी डिसऑनेस्ट निकला. So don't put your words. If you put your words, everything is going to be distorted. What is integrity? Integrity is purity of character. Purity of character. पता चला सिलेक्शन हो गया, किसी सरकारी डिपार्टमेंट में पहुंचे, सैलरी अच्छी थी नहीं, रिश्वत लेने लगे. रिश्वत लेने लगे. एक इंसान आया, बोला सर आप ये 1000 रुपए ले लो, काम कर दो मेरा. उसने कहा नहीं भाई नहीं, हम नहीं लेते रिश्वत. उसने कहा अच्छा 2000 ले लो, 4000 ले लो, 5000 ले लो. अब आपको गुस्सा आ गया, आपने कहा अरे मुझे रिश्वत देता है. फिर उसने कहा कि सर ऐसा करो, आप 10 लाख ले लो. अच्छा 10 लाख छोड़ो, 1 करोड़ ले लो. जैसे उसने बोला 1 करोड़, आपकी सारी की सारी ईमानदारी आ गई पीछे, और आपने कहा ये मौका जिंदगी में दोबारा नहीं मिलने का, पकड़ लो इस मौके को. तो आप कैसे इंसान हुए? इफ somebody is giving you a bribe of 10 rupees, 1000 rupees, lakhs of rupees, you are saying no, I don't take a bribe. But when he is saying no, I will give you 1 crore rupees, you will accept it. So if your morals standards are going to change with respect to the situation, you are not a person of integrity. And if for you 1 crore rupee is a bribe and also 1 rupee is also bribe, then you are a person of integrity, purity of character. Are you getting this? What is the meaning of integrity? And if you understand the meaning of integrity, I can challenge you, not even a single interview in your life you are going to fail. After the written examination, when you are going for interview, the people are only checking this quality in you, integrity, because they are giving you a lot of responsibility and authority. Your one signature is going to decide the life of hundreds and thousands of people, lakhs of people. So it is not that your decisions are going to change with respect to the situation. Are you getting that? So every interview, they are only checking your integrity. You must have listened to this. आपने ये सुना होगा, कई लोग इंटरव्यू में बहुत अच्छे आंसर नहीं दे पाए, 10 में से 4 ही आंसर दे पाए. Jayesh, integrity is the purity of character. If ₹1 is a bribe for you and 1 crore rupees is also a bribe for you, then you are a person of integrity. When your values does not change with respect to a situation or condition, then you are a person of integrity. when your values, morals, standards, ethics changes with respect to time, with respect to situation, then you are not a person of integrity. Is it clear, everybody? Just tell me yes or no. Jayesh. Dosto, 12th of February, you are going to have the civil engineering live gate exam analysis, both the sessions. So do not miss it. This is going to be the most comprehensive. So everybody is okay with this? Understanding preferences, like, importance. Importance leads to values. Likes and dislikes leads to interest. Interest may transform when it is generalized, may become values. And values, when it become narrow and specific, it becomes interest. Is it clear, everybody? Arey Baba nahi, Jayesh, listen, it's not about money. What I'm saying, if your values are going to change with respect to the situation, then you are not a person of integrity. Let me give you, because money is related to the corruption, so directly you can understand. Let me give you another example. Suppose you are saying helping others is right. Helping others is right. Okay? Then you are 100% sure for it. If somebody is in the danger, definitely you will help them. And when you are in danger, then you will expect the same thing from others, because helping others is the right thing for you. But then you are a person of integrity, because your values are not changing with respect to the situation. But suppose when it comes to help others, your values are changing. That no, I cannot damage my interest. I cannot sacrifice my interest. I say helping others is good, right? But when I need the help, when others need the help, I can't do it. So you are not a person of integrity. Are you getting this, Mr. Jayesh? Is it clear, everybody? Just tell me yes or no. Yes or no. Perfect. Let us proceed. Now, enough of the background. Now come to the pure content, the difference between ethics, values, and other values. Now, values is being classified into three categories: moral values, ethical values, and other values. You go to any literature, any book on ethics, it will be very difficult for you to understand what is the difference between morals and ethics. And today I will tell you the difference between morals and ethics. You may get a question on the difference between morals and ethics in engineering services examination. Listen, up to class 8th, you were having a subject called moral teaching. You remember? You remember this subject or not? Moral teaching. Say yes or no. Till your class 8th, you were having a subject, moral teaching. Now, when you have passed your BTech, now we are talking about ethics. From here, you can easily understand the difference between morals and ethics. Moral values is based on individual sanction. Individual sanction. Individual sanction means when you decide right and wrong. Suppose there is nobody, no camera in this room, and I follow a particular value, then it is my moral value, because I am not being observed. I decide, I put the stamp, this is right and this is wrong. I am not waiting for anybody's approval. Are you getting this? So moral values are having the individual sanction. You decide what is right and what is wrong. And it is going to be your inner voice. Antaratma ki awaaz, inner voice. It is going to be based on your conscience. Antaratma ki awaaz. It is going to be based on your character, which is coming from inside. When you decide what is right and what is wrong, it is morals. When the society decides, when it is having the societal sanction, when the society decides, when society decides what is right and what is wrong, then it is ethics. Ethics is external. Ethics is imposed. Understand? Let me give you one example. In which family you are going to take birth, you cannot decide. Yes or no? Can you decide? Apart from that movie, have you seen that movie, Boss Baby? So that is hypothetical projection. But you don't decide in which family you are going to take birth. Only God decides. Once you become 2-3 years old, you don't decide to go to school. Your parents decide. Society decides. You don't decide, I want to go to school. Yes or no? Now after your school, you don't decide that you will go to college. There is no other choice left for you. The society has already decided after school you have to go to the college. After college, you don't decide you want to go to the job. The society decides you have to go to job. Once you get into the job, you don't decide you want to get married. Society decides you have to get married. Then society decides you have to have children. Then society decides that you should age. Then society decides that after you become 70, 80 or 100 years old, you die. So you don't decide anything in your life. The society is deciding everything. Are you getting this? When you are driving on a highway, you see the speed limit. That speed limit is like an externally imposed behavior for you. You have to abide by the speed limit, otherwise you will get a pauti, chalan kat jayega baba. Are you getting this? So ethics is something which society is deciding, which somebody external is deciding, which is imposed from outside. And morals is something which is inside. Now, when you are a child, there is a possibility to shape your values from inside, and that is why up to class 8th you were being taught moral teaching. Now, after your BTech, internally you have become so rigid, now there is no further possibility of bringing a change in your mind. So, externally your behavior has to be restricted or limited. So, ethics plays an important role to maintain the order in the society. Are you getting this or not? Just tell me yes or no in the comment section. Are you able to follow this? The difference between morals and ethics. Is it clear, everybody? So, morals and ethics, both of them, they talk about right or wrong. Right or wrong. But there are some other values which are beyond right and wrong. Yes or no? They may be aesthetic values. Aesthetic values. Just now we have discussed aesthetic values. So this differentiation should be clear to everyone. Now let us talk about the nature of values. Whether values are positive or whether values are negative. Values can have a positive connotation also. Positive connotation also, and values can have negative connotation also. For example, positive connotation. For example, brotherhood. Brotherhood. Justice for all. Justice for all. These types of values are having positive connotation. They have a positive nature. Understood? Negative values, for example, guilt. Okay? Jealousy. And so many other. So there are values which can be negative also, which have a negative connotation also. In every society, there will be positive values also and negative value also. Remorse. यू अंडरस्टैंड? रिमॉर्स, किसी बात के ऊपर पछतावा करना. ओके, सो यू कैन हैव पॉजिटिव nature of values also and negative nature of values also. Now what are terminal values? What are terminal values? Understand in terms of an engineer. जैसे एक इंजीनियर चीजों को समझता है वैसे ही मैं आपको एथिक्स पढ़ाऊंगा और वैसे ही आपको बड़ा मजा आएगा पढ़ने में और आपको सब याद रहेगा, कुछ नहीं भूलोगे, परेशान मत होना. तो एक बार जल्दी से सब लोग मुझे बता दो कि मजा आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है, क्योंकि थोड़ा लेट हमें सेशन प्लान करना पड़ा, 11 बजे, थोड़ा सा ऑड टाइम है, बट मुझे लगा ये टाइम सही है क्योंकि ये वो टाइम है जिसमें आप 100% कंसंट्रेशन बिना किसी डिस्टरबेंस के सेशन को अटेंड कर सकते हैं. एंड इफ यू आर रेडी, आई एम द मोस्ट हैप्पीएस्ट पर्सन इन दिस वर्ल्ड. इज इट क्लियर एवरीबडी? सो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ टर्मिनल? टर्मिनल मीन्स एंड. When a particular value is an end in itself, there is no higher value, we call it terminal value. Are you getting this? For example, if helping others is a value because the agent means जो help कर रहा है, the person who is helping, agent finds it right action in itself. Now you ask me, sir, helping others is right or wrong? I'm saying helping others is right. You're asking me why? I'm not going to give you any answer because for me helping others is the final ultimate thing. No other value, no other choice. So when a value is the final, it is an end in itself, there is nothing higher than this, then it is the terminal value. If you are getting a question, can you do this? Can you identify what is a terminal value? Terminal value, which is the end, the final thing, the consequence, beyond that there is nothing, then it is terminal value. Instrumental values. What is the meaning of instrument? What is the meaning of instrument? If I give you an axe, you understand axe? मैं तुम्हें एक कुल्हाड़ी दे दूं तो उस कुल्हाड़ी से तुम क्या करोगे? पेड़ को काटोगे. You will cut the tree. Yes or no? So cutting the tree is your objective or using the axe is your objective? When you are using the instrument, your final goal is something else. Working with the axe is not your final goal. Your final goal is to get the to get the tree down, to get down the tree. Yes or no? So an instrumental value is a value which has some higher value as an end. It is not the end, it is the means. It is the means. It is not end, but a means to achieve other value. Now what is that other value? For example, if you are helping others, if you help others, it leads to a further higher value, which is to save someone's life. If you have this value to help others, not just because you want to help somebody, because if you help, if others help, then we can save some lives. सबसे ज्यादा डेथ एक्सीडेंट्स में इसलिए होती हैं कि कोई उनकी सही समय पे मदद नहीं करता है. फैमिली में देखा है किसी के जरा सा ऐसे कट लग जाए, चाकू लग जाए, अरे बाबा क्या हो गया, और वहीं आप रोड से जा रहे हैं, किसी का एक्सीडेंट हो गया, खून निकल रहा है, हड्डी टूट गई, सर फट गया, आपने हेलमेट का शीशा नीचे किया, कार का शीशा ऊपर किया और निकल लिए. आर यू गेटिंग दिस? Because we don't have the help at the right time, at the right place, that is why we are losing lot of people in accidents, road accidents. And there is one, because ethics is all about current affairs, you have to be updated. So I'm just giving you one phenomenon that is called as bystander effect. Bystander effect. और इंडिया में ये बहुत होता है. Bystander effect. What is this effect? Please understand. You may get a question on this. Everybody, are you following me? Are you following me? Bystander effect. What is this bystander effect? Suppose there is one accident on the road. 5-6 people are circling the person, but nobody is helping. Nobody is helping. Now, when you also go in that group, you are also only looking. You are not doing anything because others are not doing. So when your behavior is shaped by others' behavior, this is called as bystander effect. Is it clear, everybody? Are you able to follow this? Bystander effect. I hope this difference is clear. Terminal value and instrumental value. Intrinsic value. Now this is very, very tricky, very interesting. Are you getting this? Very interesting. So please listen very carefully. You may get a question on this. Now, a value which exists in itself, like a terminal value, but there is a difference between a terminal value and intrinsic value. Okay, they are not exactly same, lot of similarities, but still it is different. So a value which exists in itself or for its own sake or its own right, a value which is intrinsic cannot be judged on the consequence of following it. If a value is intrinsic, then consequence is not important. Now you will understand the difference between a terminal value and intrinsic value. For example, it is difficult to put pleasure as an intrinsic value. Pleasure you cannot put as an intrinsic value. क्योंकि जो भी intrinsic होगा उसका consequence से कुछ लेना देना ही नहीं है. Helping others is an intrinsic value. If you are helping somebody, it does not mean that 100% you are sure that his or her life is going to be saved. There is a possibility when you are going towards the hospital, he or she may lose the life. Yes or no? But because you have helped, so that value is intrinsic. Consequence is not going to define whether helping other was right or wrong. Are you getting this idea? Not something very crucial I'm talking about, very fundamental, very basic. No book in this world is going to give you this much clarity. I hope you are getting this. So the intrinsic value is which exists in itself. There can be no differentiation in terms of the consequence. Consequence cannot decide whether this value was right or wrong. Are you getting this? Okay. But you cannot put pleasure as an intrinsic value. Why? Because there are possibilities that the pleasure may lead to bad consequences also. If you are too much involved in the physical pleasure, किसी को खाना बहुत अच्छा लगता है, तो ये एक इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू नहीं है. खाते जाओ खाते जाओ खाते जाओ, फट जाओगे एक दिन. सुबह पराठे, ओके, रात में राजमा चावल और दोपहर में बढ़िया दाल रोटी चावल, तो क्या होगा? फट जाओगे. Because if somebody wants to eat or drink without thinking about future health, then such pleasure may have bad consequences. Are you getting this? How you differentiate between intrinsic value and extrinsic value? Extrinsic value is a value which are not intrinsic. Something which does not come under intrinsic, it becomes extrinsic. Is it clear, everybody? Tell me yes or no. Are you able to follow this? Okay, so let us do this question. One simple question in front of you. I will be taking some questions also in the session. Some theory, some session, and I will intrinsic फिर से. David is asking, sir, intrinsic फिर से. Okay, just wait. Intrinsic value, just see here. Suppose you are helping somebody. Now there are two possibilities. Helping others is intrinsic value. Okay, helping others is an intrinsic value. It means what? It is free from the consequence. If you are helping somebody in a road accident, he or she may be saved and he or she may lose the life. So based on the consequence, you cannot say that this value is right or wrong. So that is how we decide what is intrinsic value. I hope you understand now. Let us do this question. Values are only objective, only subjective, relatively stable with time, always positive. I think option 4 everybody will say it is wrong, because just now I have told you that values can be positive also. Ruchita, I will come back to you. I will come back to your doubt, okay? I will come back to your doubt. I will just tell you one difference, that terminal values may be decided on the criteria of right and wrong, but intrinsic value have no relation with the consequence. That is the major difference. So values cannot be always positive. Values can be positive also, values can be negative also. Values are relatively stable with time. Yes, 100%. Values do not change very fast. Rather, they change very slowly, not very, even extremely slowly. So the two options you have cracked. 3 is going to be correct and 4 is going to be wrong. 3 correct, 4 wrong. So this is wrong. This is wrong. Only subjective. Now please understand what is the meaning of objective and what is the meaning of subjective. Is it clear? Okay, so where should I write? So let me add one page here. Okay, otherwise while revision you will be in a very difficult situation. Okay. Copy, paste. Okay. So duplicate. Perfect. Now understand, what is the difference between objective and subjective? When something is objective, it is based on facts. It is based on facts. For example, I am asking you, what is your weight? You can tell me a number. Yes or no? You can tell me a number that this is my weight. So it is going to be a fact. So fact will come under objective. What is subjective? Which is based on value. Based on value. Objective is something which is universal. Universal means it is same for everyone. If I am asking what is your weight, you are saying, sir, my weight is 100 or 90 or 80 or 60, whatever is your weight, is this much. So whether you measure your weight here or you measure your weight in America or Australia or in your home, it is going to be same, because it is universal, it is objective. But when something is subjective, it is not universal. It is not universal. For example, you may have a different set of values which are shaped by different circumstances. Okay, when you are in the office, your values are differently exhibited. When you are in the home, your values are differently exhibited. When you are in the road, your values are differently exhibited. It means values are something which is not universal. It is going to change with respect to the situation. I hope you are getting this. Objective is something which is empirical. Empirical means you perform the experiment 1000 times, you will get the same result. For example, Ohm's law. Ohm's law is based on facts. It is universal. It is same everywhere. And it is empirical. You can check it. You can do the experiment on Ohm's law wherever you want. Is it clear? Whereas subjective is, it is not empirical. It is not empirical. If you take a survey of 100 people, okay, What is your choice? Then you will get a different result if you do it today and if you do it tomorrow. Because wherever in any system human beings are involved, it is going to be highly uncertain and subjective. Are you getting this? Now, when something is subjective, it is normative. This is very, very important, something for your notebook. Normative. This term, you may get a question on this term only, I can tell you this. And when something is objective, it is not normative. What is the meaning of normative? The term normative has a root word, that is norm. Norm means ideal. Norm means ideal. Now I am giving you the master key. Yes, success is going to be different for different people. For you, maybe buying a Mercedes is the success, and for somebody buying a cycle is going to be a success. Is it clear? Understand this, this is important. I am giving you the master key for normative. Normative has the master key. You have to ask a very fundamental question. What ought to be? What ought to be? हिंदी में लिख देता हूं, क्या होना चाहिए? When you go to a public place, you see the wall where it is written, do not spit here. People used to spit on that wall only. Why? Because people in India are very smart. If somebody is writing don't spit here, it means people used to spit here. That is why it is written. So they understand this is the place where we have to spit. Are you getting this or not? So the statement written do not spit here, it is what? It is a normative sentence. क्या होना चाहिए? Because when you are dealing with the human systems, you cannot be 100% sure. If I am 100% sure that nobody is going to spit here, then why I would write it? Not getting my point. I say yes or no. Say yes or no. If I am 100% sure, if I am 100% sure about the human behavior, there is no need to write that do not overtake from the left on the highway. Don't overspeed. Don't drink and drive. Because we know human behavior is subjective, that is why it is normative. You cannot talk about facts. You have to talk about what is the standard behavior, kya hona chahiye, what ought to be the ideal behavior, and everybody has to try to follow it. So when you talk about normative, there is a normative science. There is a normative science. What ought to be the ideal behavior? Is it clear, everybody? So understood the difference between what is objective and what is subjective? Now you can answer this question. Values only objective? No. Values are not only objective. Even you can say, listen, you can say values are highly subjective. Highly subjective. And little bit objective also. You will ask me, sir, how? Suppose I am asking you a very fundamental question. How much sugar to your tea? I am just giving you one random example. How much sugar to your tea? आपको अपनी चाय में कितने चम्मच चीनी चाहिए? Answer is 2 spoon. Answer is 2 spoon. So you will say, sir, this is objective answer. Yes or no? This is objective answer. But please understand, I can always vary the size of the spoon and I can always vary the size of the sugar cube also. I can vary the sweetness of sugar also. It means everything in this word, it has something objective also, something subjective also. It cannot be 100% objective or 100% subjective. So always there is a mix between fact and value. This is called fact and value theorem. Are you getting this? So everything. For example, value fact. Suppose this is a decision. You want to take a decision. So you will divide this decision into two parts. What is the fact? What is the objective part? And what is the value? Value means the subjective part. Now this fact, again you can classify into fact and value. And this value you can again classify into a fact and value. And this process will go up to infinity. You can never 100% separate fact and value. It will always be one behind the other. Always be one behind the other. Is it clear, everybody? Just tell me yes or no. So understood. Values cannot be only objective, cannot be only subjective, and cannot be always positive. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is C. 3 only. Is it clear, everybody? Just tell me yes or no. Everybody, are you getting this idea or not? See the next one. Next question. Match list 1 and list 2 and choose the correct option. Moral, amoral, non-moral. So I will give you some idea about it. Okay, please understand. When you say moral, you talk about right and wrong. When you say moral, Soumya Priya, are you getting this? It's not 2 and 3, it's 3 only. Perfect. So moral is related to the idea of right and wrong. What is amoral? What is amoral? Someone who does not have a sense of right and wrong. For example, children and mental patients. First, I will talk about children. Now, you give a knife. Okay, you give a knife in the hand of a children. आप किसी छोटे बच्चे के हाथ में चाकू दे दो, वो अपने भी मार लेगा, आपके भी मार देगा. Because they don't have a sense of morality, what is right and what is wrong. Talk about the mental patients. When any political leader is going to be tracked in a corruption case, the first thing is going to happen is his or her health is going to degrade. Overnight, within 1 hour, 1 minute. Why? Because the law says if somebody is mentally ill, if somebody does not have the sense of right and wrong, then you cannot give harsh punishment to them. किसी ने अपने पति की हत्या कर दी, किसी ने अपनी पत्नी की हत्या कर दी, बाद में प्रूफ कर दिया कि भैया हम तो मेंटली बहुत परेशान थे भैया. पता चला बाद में उसका कहीं चक्कर चल रहा था, लेकिन कोर्ट में सजा ना मिले, प्रूफ कर दिया. Understand what is amoral? Amoral means someone who does not have a sense of right and wrong. That is amoral. Are you getting this? Just tell me yes or no. What is non-moral? Non-moral means beyond the idea of right and wrong. For example, car. For example, gun. Now, you cannot say car is right or wrong, car is ethical or unethical. If somebody is driving the car very fast, you cannot say the car is ethical or unethical. The person who is driving, he or she may be ethical or unethical. And there is a possibility somebody very ill, some ill patient, extremely vulnerable condition, he is in the car and that is why he is driving so fast. Are you getting this or not? Hello? I don't know whether you are able to follow me or not. Is it clear? So non-moral means something which is beyond right and wrong, and generally it is for non-living things. Gun. Now you cannot say gun is right or wrong. If somebody is using the gun to save somebody's life, then it is ethical. And if somebody is using the gun to hurt others, then it is unethical. Now I will give you something very important for your life. You will see there are a lot of big people, very learned people. बहुत बड़े बड़े कलाकार लोग हैं इस दुनिया में. When you ask them a political answer, देश में क्या चल रहा है, they will say I am apolitical. I am not political. I am apolitical. Now somebody should go and tell them it's not apolitical, it's non-political. Apolitical means somebody who does not have a sense of politics. तो तुम क्या कहना चाहते हो कि तुम पागल हो, तुम बच्चे हो? Are you getting this? So please understand the difference between amoral, moral and non-moral. Why I have given you this example? Never ever in your life you will forget this. Is it clear, everybody? Is it clear? Okay. So what is the correct answer? Moral, something which is related to right or wrong. So A, it should be 1. So this is wrong, this is wrong. Amoral, having no moral sense. So for B, it should be 3. For B, it should be 3. So B is the correct answer. And for non-moral, it is out of the realm of morality. Out of the realm of morality. He is asking, what is the weightage of ethics? I can tell you that generally it varies from 6 to 15 questions. 6 to 15 questions. Last year it was somewhere around 6-7 questions. 2019 they asked around 14 questions. So nobody knows. And I can tell you the importance of ethics is going to be increasing day by day because of the various corruption issues in the government or in the private. So definitely this year also you can expect an increase, okay, in the question from ethics. And the last year, no, case studies is a different thing, please, Mr. TPM. Okay, if you don't have all these basic concepts, if you don't have ethical theories, can you answer question in case study? Case study is not common sense. You have to understand these ethical theories, then only you can answer. Are you getting this? Is it clear, everybody? Okay. So B is the correct answer. Let us go further. Let us see the next question. Let us see the next question. Read the question carefully and tell me what is the answer now. Consider the following statements regarding the definition of moral. You have to find which of the following 4 statements they are giving approximate correct definition of morals. Please understand. First statement. Being or acting in accordance with the standards or the precept of goodness. Yes or no? This is correct. Precept means a rule or regulation. A rule or regulation, you can say. So 1 is going to be correct. Statement 2. Arising from the conscience. You understand the keyword? You understand the keyword? Please tell me. You are not clapping. You are not sending me heart. So my heart is broken. You are not giving me enough confidence. My heart is broken. I told you that I will give you keywords. I will give you the master key. Conscience, the moment you see conscience, it is moral. Yes or no? A sense of right and wrong. So this is also correct. A concisely, concise means very brief, expressed precept or general truth, a maxim. Now this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. Why? The sun rises in the east. This is a maxim. This is a general truth. But is it moral? No. It is a fact. So every general truth or maxim means you can say a standard rule. Okay. So this is wrong. So if 3 is wrong, what is the answer? B. But let us read the fourth statement also. The principles of conduct governing an individual or a profession, standards of behavior. This is also correct. Now, one important point I want to make here. No, it's okay, I was just joking. Listen carefully. Until and unless it is the demand of the question to differentiate between morals and ethics, it's my humble request, please don't differentiate. Because there is a possibility the person who is framing the question paper, there is a possibility he may overlap, and it is not his fault, his or her fault. Ethics is a subject like this only. Are you getting this or not? So I am giving you umbrella. You always keep umbrella with you. If it is raining, you can use it. If it is sunshine, you can use it. If it is neither raining nor sunshine, you can use it as a stick. Are you getting this or not? So you always have umbrella ready for all the situations. Okay. Now let us talk about very extremely important. Whatever content you are getting in this session, my dear friend, I am not making any false or tall claims, but the content you are getting in this session, it will be very difficult for you or anybody else to find this content in the one single book. After approximately more than 25 books on engineering ethics, I have filtered this much content which you are getting right now. Okay, some interesting person is also in the session. That's true. Listen. What is moral phenomenology? Now, I would not ask you to go into much deeper these kind of words, but I will ask you to have some logic, common sense to crack these words. You see the root word. What is the root word? The root word is phenomena. The root word is phenomena. So, moral phenomenology is a field of inquiry whose subject matter is moral experience. Moral experience in all its variety. Now, please understand. If you go to the beach for the first time, you will have a different experience. Yes or no? If you go to Goa for the first time, you will have a different experience. When I go to Goa, I will have a different experience. And when other people go to Goa, they will have a different experience. It means it is the first-hand experience which defines the phenomena or phenomenology. So this study of phenomena or phenomenology is based on the first-hand experience. Experience of knowledge or moral experience. Not knowledge, sorry, it is moral experience, whose aims are to provide accurate descriptions of such experiences guided by the methods of, now what is the keyword? First person inquiry. First person inquiry. And to explore the significance of moral phenomenology for select issues in meta-ethics. We'll talk about meta-ethics later. Meta-ethics and normative ethics. Meta-ethics and normative ethics. Let me make it more simple for you. When you deal with the moral knowledge, the very expression of moral knowledge, when you inquire upon the very fundamental question about the idea of right and wrong. For example, I am asking you a very fundamental question. What is right? I am not asking you whether something is right or wrong. I'm not asking you this. I'm not asking you whether something is right or wrong. I'm asking what is the criteria, how you decide what is right. Hello? Not getting this. I'm asking you what is right. What is the criteria, how you define this is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong. So this is based on first person inquiry, experience. For me, the criteria of right and wrong is going to be different. For you, the criteria of right and wrong is going to be different. So this study, this inquiry is moral phenomenology. Everybody just tell me yes or no in the comment section. Are you able to follow this? If you are going to do questions right in the examination, when it is based on moral phenomenology, I think you will feel a lot of confidence. Now, there are some thinkers, because if you see the last year question paper, ये देखो आया अच्छा बच्चा पूछ रहा है कि सर पीडीएफ कहां पर मिलेगा। पीडीएफ मैं बता देता हूं आपको कहां पर मिलेगा, क्योंकि सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट तो वही है ना। सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट इलेक्ट्रिकल बाय Ashutsoh Sir, that is my name. Okay, this is my personal Telegram channel on BYJU'S Exam Prep. So you go to Telegram, find this channel name. You can join it. After the session, I will be uploading the PDF in this group only. Okay. So there are some important thinkers, because if you see the last year question paper, they have asked some questions on directly on the basis of philosophers. You understand philosophers or thinkers? किसी ने अपनी थ्योरी दी, किसी ने अपनी एथिकल थ्योरी दी, ठीक है। तो उस थिंकर का, जिसने वो थ्योरी लिखी है, जिसने वो थ्योरी बताई है, उसके नाम से वो कई बार पूछ लेता है। लास्ट ईयर पूछा है। तो कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट थिंकर है जिनके बारे में मैं आपको बता रहा हूं। जो इंपॉर्टेंट है वो मैं आपको बता दूंगा, बट अगर आपका इंटरेस्ट है, आप पढ़ना चाहते हैं तो पढ़ सकते हैं। बट मैं एक चीज बता दूं, ये सब अगर आप पढ़ोगे तो आपका दिमाग खुल जाएगा, जिंदगी को समझ पाओगे। यू विल अंडरस्टैंड द मैजिक ऑफ लाइफ। Understood? So there are some 6, 7, 8 thinkers for which I have taken some important content that you can follow, because last year they have asked, I think 3 questions they have asked. If you see the question paper, they talked about Nietzsche, they talked about Carol Gilligan, and they talked about one more thinker. I am not remembering the name. You can see the question paper. Okay. So we'll first talk about Murray's moral philosophy. Now Murray is a thinker. Murray is a thinker. His full name is G.E. Murray. I will give you the master key. Are you waiting for the master key? I will give you master key. You just need to remember the master key. This is going to be extremely easy for you. I am trying to make ethics extremely easy for you. Please understand. Please listen. Now G.E. Murray has written one book. The name of the book is Principia Ethica in 1903, and this is often considered a revolutionary work that set a new agenda for the 20th century ethics. Murray argued that once arguments based on naturalistic fallacy had been discarded, questions of intrinsic goodness could be settled only by appeal to what he called as moral intuition. Now people will ask me, sir, what you are teaching we are not able to understand. I am not teaching you this. I am teaching you this. Moral intuition. I am giving you the keyword. In any question, if you find he is talking about intuition, you can understand he is talking about Murray. Hello, Murray. Are you getting this or not? Yes or no? Now you tell me, what is intuition? What is intuition? Can you tell me? Everybody tell me in the comment section, what is intuition? Should I tell you? Please understand. When something happened, and it is experienced by almost every people in this world, every people. When something happens, you have a feeling, you got a feeling that I already knew that this is going to happen. You have a certain image in your mind that this may happen, and if that happens, you say, oh, I was thinking about it and it is happening. मतलब आपके दिमाग में पहले से कुछ चल रहा था और आपने देखा वही हो गया. That is called as intuition. But let me tell you, intuition is nothing but memory. Intuition is nothing but memory. We have lot of, अरे कोई छठा सातवां कोई सेंस नहीं होता, 5 ही सेंस है भैया, सुन लो. This is nothing, not more than 5 senses. Listen, it's all about memory. Very small portion. There is one movie, Hollywood movie. Who has seen this movie? Lucy. If not, then not tonight. Any other day you can watch. Who has seen this movie, Lucy? Very interesting movie. We are hardly using a small percentage of our brain. Most of our brain is subconscious state. It is not always in the active state. But still it is a part of our brain. It is working all the time, working all the time, working all the time. So it's just the manipulation of the memory you are having. वो कहते हैं ना, दूध का जला छाछ भी फूक फूक कर पीता है. So एक बार कोई जल गया ना गरम गिलास से, गरम पानी से, वो नेक्स्ट टाइम बड़ा पहले ऐसे टच करेगा, फिर करेगा. Yes, Jayesh. This movie talks about how much percentage of your brain if you start using, then what will happen. It's a very interesting, it's a science fiction movie, but it is very good movie. Is it clear, everybody? I hope you understand this. So I'm not asking you to go into much deeper, because this is something which is written by Murray. And it is very deep. I'm not asking you to remember these statements. I'm asking you to remember the master key. The master key is intuition. So moral intuition is related to Murray's. Then we have Dewey's moral philosophy. He is another ethical thinker. That is John Dewey. His full name is John Dewey. His full name is John Dewey. Okay. Now John Dewey, he has given the concept of pragmatism. Pragmatism. Pragmatism means practical approach. Pragmatism means practical approach. We'll discuss about this philosophy also. What is pragmatism? But the literal, इसका जो meaning होता है इस word का, pragmatic word का जो meaning होता है, that is practical approach. So they have given a philosophy of pragmatism. So wherever in the question paper you find pragmatism, you understand it is John Dewey. There is one more thinker who is also contributed in pragmatism, that is William James. That is William James. William James. William James. Is it clear, everybody? Are you able to follow this? So wherever you find this philosophy, pragmatism, you understand they are talking about John Dewey or William James. Now his brand of pragmatism, see the keyword, the master key. What is the master key? Pragmatism. As radical empiricism or naturalistic humanism. So don't even read this. Are you getting this? Don't even read this. Just follow the master key. You understood what is pragmatism? Practical approach. Now you can crack the question with this. Next is Russell's moral philosophy. So this is going to be the master key for you to remember that he is talking about Russell. Russell is also one important thinker on ethics, and he said all desires are equally moral since they are all desires for the good. So whenever you get the dimension of desire, need in the moral philosophy, you understand he is talking about Russell. Is it clear, everybody? At least tell me you are able to follow this or not. Just 3-4 more thinkers I will talk about, then we will move forward. Immanuel Kant we are going to discuss. So Immanuel Kant, whenever you are talking about Immanuel Kant, you understand he is talking about categorical imperative. What is categorical imperative? I will tell you. What is categorical imperative? I will tell you when I will discuss the ethical theories. Then we will have a detailed discussion on these ethical theories. Is it clear? Okay, right now there is no meaning of telling you what is categorical imperative, but please understand when he is talking about categorical, the literal meaning of this is the supreme duty. The supreme duty. Okay, the supreme duty. The supreme duty, the most important duty. Okay, I will give you enough examples so that you understand what I am talking about. Is it clear? And his full name is Immanuel Kant. This is important. This is important thinker. You may get a question in Engineering Services 2023 on this, because last year they have asked 3 questions on thinkers. Last year they have asked, that is why I have updated the content. Okay. See the next one. Last year they have asked the question on Nietzsche. Now what is the master key here? Please understand. Nietzsche is saying, aims at freeing the higher human beings from their false consciousness. Now the key word is false consciousness. False consciousness. Okay, what is false consciousness? False consciousness is, consciousness means inner voice. Now sometimes you may get a wrong inner voice also, a false inner voice also. Yes or no? And that is why people do wrong decisions. Hello? If somebody is very angry, he may kill other people. And there are some crimes which are so derogatory. कुछ ऐसे भी किस्से हुए हैं अभी नियर फ्यूचर में, उनके बारे में आप सुन भी लो तो अंदर से लगता है कि कोई ऐसा कैसे कर सकता है ना? कोई किसी से इतना, किसी के साथ किसी का कोई रिश्ता है, कोई अपने बच्चे की हत्या कर रहा है, कोई अपनी पत्नी की हत्या कर रहा है. ये कैसे पॉसिबल होता है? फॉल्स कॉन्शियसनेस. व्हेन यू डोंट नो द ट्रूथ एंड व्हेन यू हैव अ फॉल्स कॉन्शियसनेस, अंदर से एक आवाज आ रही है, कर दो यही कर दो, कर दिया, सब खत्म. So ethics is not just going to make you select in the examination. Ethics will tell you the way how you live your life in the best possible way. Is it clear? So whenever he is talking about false consciousness, you understand he is talking about Nietzsche. See, I can understand. I can talk about 200 thinkers. Around 150 to 200 thinkers we can discuss. Even right now. Because I have spent a lot of time. For around 6 years, I have been in the preparation for civil services. So I have been through all these. So this is quite easy for me to say Nietzsche is talking about false consciousness, but for you it may be a little difficult. But what to do? If you have to answer question in the examination, you have to do little hard work. Last year they have asked 3 questions from thinkers. You cannot leave it. There are some 8 to 10. Just make a short note on this, and whatever examples I am giving you, just try to fit those examples and keep it in your memory for next 10-15 days. So friends, 12th of February, Civil Engineering Complete GATE 2023 analysis is going to happen. Again, I am reminding, and you will get the best live GATE exam analysis, the most authentic solution and keys. Joseph Butler, moral philosophy. Butler's ethical theory is based on analysis of the component parts of the human nature. There are 3 levels operating harmoniously. The several passions, each directed at a particular desire. The rational principles of self-love and the benevolence concerned with the individual's general welfare and conscience, the moral standard and the decision maker. So Joseph Butler is basically talking about that how moral listen, that is a different story. Some other day I will discuss that story. Okay, this is not the right time for discussing that. Some other day I am going to discuss that. Okay. So when you talk about the moral behavior, when you talk about the moral philosophy, Mr. Joseph Butler is talking about the different dimensions of it. One dimension which is based on the desire. One dimension which is based on the rational principle. Rational means what? Something is rational which is based on logic. Okay. Self-love. Benevolence. Benevolence means be nice to others. Be nice to others. Concerned with the individual's general welfare and conscience, the moral standards and the decision maker. In simple words, you can understand that when you are talking about the various possible dimensions, because Joseph Butler, he is such a, you can say, such an important thinker that he has written so many things that you cannot read all of them, but just have some general idea. You may get a question on Joseph Butler. Francis Herbert Bradley's moral philosophy. Let us see what is the key statement. Bradley's view of morality was driven by his criticism of the idea of self used in the current utilitarian. Now, what is utilitarian theory? We will read later on when we talk about utilitarianism. When we will be talking about ethical theories, we will be talking about utilitarianism. He addressed the central question of why should I be moral? Now, this is the key statement. Francis Herbert Bradley. If you want, you can note it down. Okay. Otherwise, you will not get enough time later on. These small things. After the session, if you want, then also you can do. Otherwise, you will get the PDF also. You will get the PDF in the Telegram channel. So, don't worry about it. But if you want, you can note it down. Okay. Are you getting this? Next. He proposed individualism. Very important. He proposed individualism. And it is very true. जब कोई पूछ ही रहा है कि भैया मैं मॉरल क्यों बनूं, तो इसका मतलब वो किसकी बात कर रहा है? सोसाइटी की बात कर रहा है कि इंडिविजुअल की बात कर रहा है? सारा का सारा मॉरल और एथिक्स का निचोड़ क्या है कि समाज में लॉ एंड ऑर्डर कैसे स्टैब्लिश हो, व्यवस्था कैसे बने, हाउ द सोसाइटी शुड बी पीसफुल एंड ग्रोइंग एंड डेवलप्ड. दैट इज द वेरी बेसिक आइडिया ऑफ मॉरल्स एंड एथिक्स. इट मीन्स यू हैव टू सैक्रिफाइस योर राइट्स, yes or no, for others. So when he is talking about why should I be moral, then you can understand he follows individualism. Instead defending the view of self and morality as essentially social, and now he is turning the coin. ब्रैडले जी ये कह रहे हैं कि आपको अपनी चिंता इसलिए करनी है क्योंकि जब सब लोग अपनी अपनी चिंता करेंगे तो समाज अच्छा हो जाएगा. Bradley is saying if everybody takes good care of themselves, then the whole society will become a better society. Okay. So individualism he is talking about. Bradley held that our moral duty was founded on the need to cultivate our ideal good self. हम अपने लिए अच्छा करना चाहते हैं. We want to do good for others. Why you want order in the society? Suppose समाज में कोई order ही नहीं है. सुबह निकले, इसने इसको चाकू मारा, उसने गोली मारी, उसने इसका गला काटा. Can you live in such a society? No. So the order in the society is for your own interest. Hello. In opposition to the bad self. तो ब्रैडले जी ये कह रहे हैं कि भैया इसमें कोई सेल्फिशनेस नहीं है. अगर मैं अपने बारे में अच्छा सोच रहा हूं, अगर मैं अच्छा बनना हूं तो ये दूसरों के लिए भी तो अच्छा है. Are you getting this idea or not? So this much is sufficient to identify that he is talking about Francis Herbert Bradley. Is it clear, everybody? Okay, it is opposed. Okay, sorry. I read it wrong, Ruchita. Sorry. It is opposed. Please read it again. He opposed individualism. Instead, defending the view of self and morality as essentially social, Bradley held that our moral duty was founded on the need to cultivate our ideal good self in opposition to the bad self. Okay. इंडिविजुअलिज्म वाला जो डायमेंशन है उसको थोड़ा सा चेंज कर लो, बाकी जो एक्सप्लेनेशन है वो करेक्ट है. जस्ट चेंज द स्टेटमेंट I have given for individualism, that he proposed individualism. Please just remove it. He opposed the individualism, and rest the explanation is right. Adam Smith, he was a great economist. He was a great economist, and he has written on moral philosophy also. So he said, while it is often assumed that people are selfish, Smith argues that experience suggests otherwise. People are selfish, he is saying the experience suggests otherwise. People derive pleasure from seeing the happiness of others because by design others concern us. So what Mr. Adam Smith is saying, that there are people, there is a tendency in the human nature that if we see happiness on the face of others, we also feel happy. This is the basic human nature. Yes or no? Now, Smith outlines the central themes of his moral philosophy, that is, human beings are social. So now you will have some idea what is the master key. Human beings are social. They care for others. They concern each other. We care about others, and their circumstances bring us pleasure or pain. And the best example, can you give me one example of this philosophy? You see lot of live TV shows in which problems, poverty and personal issues are exaggerated so that they get the TRP. जानबूझ के दिखाया जाएगा, देखो कितना गरीब था, इसके पास पहनने को चप्पल नहीं थी, खाने को रोटी नहीं थी, कपड़ा नहीं था, और देखो आज कहाँ पहुंच गया. तो ये जो स्टोरी बनती है ना, उससे TRP आती है. Are you getting that? Locke's moral philosophy. His full name is John Locke. John Locke. लॉक ने जो सबसे बड़ा जो कंट्रीब्यूशन दिया था वो दिया था just one moment. Yeah. So basically he talked about the laws. Okay. He talked about the laws. Because there is one more thinker, so I was just checking whether there is any confusion or not. Okay. So I will just give you one example so that you can remember. There are three thinkers: Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau. Okay. I hope you understand the spelling. I am again writing it. R-O-S-S-E-A-U. Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau. Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau. These three people together, they have contributed a theory. The name of the theory is social contract theory. Okay. So right now I will not tell you what is this theory, because in the later part of discussion we have to discuss about it. Okay. What is this social contract theory? But whenever you are getting this theory, social contract theory, what is social contract theory? You please remember these three names: Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau. The pronunciation is Rousseau. Vishal is asking very interesting, sir, civil वालों का हो जाने देते. बेटा अगर सिविल वालों का हो जाने देते तो हमारे पास टाइम ही नहीं बचता करने का. ठीक है. तो अगर आपके साथ ये प्रॉब्लम आ रही है तो इसमें कोई भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. बायजूस एग्जाम प्रेप में कभी भी कोई भी सेशन प्राइवेट नहीं होता है. ये सेशन अवेलेबल रहेगा. अगर आपका एग्जाम है तो आप इसको बाद में रिकॉर्डेड फॉर्म में भी देख सकते हैं. टेलीग्राम चैनल पे जाके PDF डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं और उसके बाद पढ़िएगा. कुछ भी कंफ्यूजन होगा आप मुझसे पूछेगा. आई विल ऑलवेज हेल्प यू. Is it clear, everybody? Vishal? Okay. So please remember these three names: Hobbes, Locke, Rousseau. Hobbes' moral philosophy. So we are talking about Locke, now we are talking about Hobbes. Again, when I will tell you the social contract theory, you will not do the mistake with Hobbes, Locke and Rousseau. When I will tell you the social contract theory, but this is not the right time to tell you that theory because it is going to come later in our discussion. So he is saying Hobbes believes that the morals derived from the natural law. Now what is natural law? Can you tell me what is natural law? What is natural law? Always use your brain. What is the key word for natural? It is nature. What is the meaning of nature? Nature means being. Something which you cannot change. Can you decide when it is going to rain? No, because it's nature. You can't decide it. Something which is beyond your control, that is nature. A sense of being. जो जैसा है वो वैसा है, आप change नहीं कर सकते. That is nature. That is natural. If tomorrow is a sunny day, you cannot make it a rainy day. And if day after tomorrow is a rainy day, you cannot make it a sunny day. Are you getting this or not? So, natural law is based on the idea of the very sense of being. जो जैसा है वो वैसा है, आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Yes or no? All these human rights, animal rights, whatever rights you are listening, they all are a subset of natural law. Yes or no? As human being, you must have a right to life, you must have a right to food, you must have a right to livelihood. Yes or no? You must have a right to education. This all is because you are human being. This is the nature. You can't change it. Fend off, this P you can understand is going to be silent in the pronunciation. So Fend off's moral philosophy says there are 4 types of moral entities. Analogous means similar to categories applied to the physical things. For example, the states or conditions. If the condition is going to change, the moral truth is going to change. You understand this? Very natural things, very basic things, common sense. But you have to read it. Substances, specifically persons and modes in a more specific sense, namely. Substances means people who are involved in that particular action. Then we have moral qualities. Now this can be affective. Now when you write the word affective, please understand what is the meaning of this word affective. Number of times we are going to use it. Affective means an act which is based on emotions, not the logic. Okay, an act which is based on emotions, not logic, reason or rationality, that is called as affective component. Okay, and something which is based on logic, that is called as cognitive. This is called as based on logic. This is a brain activity. This is a brain activity. Okay, and the fourth one is moral quantities. Moral quantities, you can understand the various possible dimensions. Okay. Anyways, the next one is Murdoch's moral philosophy. What is the key statement? The central concept of morality is the individual thought of as knowable. I think something is missed. Thought of as knowable by love, and connects this concept with the idea of perfection, since morality is connected with change and progress towards an ideal limit. So this thing you can underline, and I think there is some mistake, some word, the typographical mistake may be there. So let me check it. Okay. In the Telegram channel, I will update. In the Telegram channel, I will update it. So stay connected to that Telegram channel after the session. Tonight or maybe tomorrow morning, I will just correct it. Bernard Williams' moral philosophy. William invented the concept of moral luck. You got the key statement. and offered strong reasons to think that people are morally vulnerable to contingencies. What is the meaning of contingency? Contingency situation. Contingency situation. A situation which is unplanned and unforeseen. Okay, a situation which is unplanned and unforeseen, that is called as contingency situation. For example, right now what is happening in Joshimath, that is unplanned and unforeseen. ऐसी कोई घटना जिसके लिए आप ना तो पहले से तैयार थे, प्रिपेयर्ड थे, और ना आपने सोचा था कभी इस हद तक कुछ हो जाएगा. That is called as contingency situation. Beyond their control or conception, he found exemplified in Greek tragedy. Oedipus, for example, is not relieved of guilt of killing. Okay, ये तो example है, इसको आप छोड़ सकते. So you basically relate this moral luck and contingency situation with Bernard William. See, I am not anyone to judge things, but I can tell you last year they have asked 3 questions, and what time, energy we are spending here, there is a possibility this year also you may get 1 or 2 questions from the thinkers part, this moral thinkers part. Okay, so now we are going to start. We have discussed about the moral values. Now we will be talking about ethical values. So everybody just tell me in the comment section, are you able to follow this? So everybody just tell me, you want a break, a small break, a tea or coffee break? Because we have to start again a lot of things. At least 3 hours we will complete, okay? And then what is remaining, we will plan another session, because for the first time if you are reading this now, then it is, you cannot go in. अरे बाबा तुम्हें नहीं चाहिए, मुझे तो चाहिए टी ब्रेक. Okay, सुबह से चिल्लाते चिल्लाते तो okay, so we'll take a small, very short break. Okay, I will try to make it not more than so you understand, it is a break time. For time less than 5 minutes. Okay, I am trying to keep it less than 5 minutes, and then we will be right back and we will start ethical values. नहीं पीयूष, बिल्कुल अंतर है इसमें, डिफरेंस है बेटा. एपिस्टेमोलॉजी मैंने बिल्कुल स्टार्टिंग में बताया था, एक्सियोलॉजी मैंने लास्ट में बताया था, स्टार्टिंग में बताया था, दोनों चीजें जब हम ब्रांचेस ऑफ फिलॉसफी की बात कर रहे थे. Epistemology is about the meaning, nature, scope and origin of knowledge. For example, you are saying this is a pen, this is a knowledge. So what is the origin? ये आया कहाँ से? Meaning, इसका मतलब क्या है? Nature, इसका connotation क्या है? Positive है, negative है? Scope, application क्या है? तो knowledge के बारे में आप जो भी कुछ सोच सकते हो, जब आप उसकी बात करते हो तो आप epistemology की बात करते हो. एपिस्टेमोलॉजी को हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं? एपिस्टेमोलॉजी को हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं? अब तुम्हारे लिए आसान हो जाएगा समझना. इसको बोलते हैं ज्ञान मीमांसा. और ज्ञान मीमांसा की वजह से ही तो हम लोग सब कुछ कर रहे हैं. ज्ञान मीमांसा की वजह से ही तो हम लोग सब कुछ कर रहे हैं. जो रात में लोग फेसबुक में और बाकी सोशल मीडिया साइट्स पर, व्हाट्सएप पे, ब्लॉग्स पे, वो जो मतलब भी नहीं है, मतलब कोई आदमी नॉन वेजिटेरियन है ही नहीं, बट वो देख रहा है कि दूसरा आदमी नॉनवेज कैसे खा रहा है, वो मछली कैसे खा रहा है, वो केकड़ा कैसे खा रहा है, वो किंग प्रॉन कैसे खा रहा है. ज्ञान मीमांसा. कोई किसान है ही नहीं और कोई खेती कर रहा है, उसको मजा आ रहा है देख के, पूरा टाइम किल कर दिया, रात भर सोया नहीं, सुबह ऑफिस में दिन खराब, रात में बीवी की डांट खाया, फिर अगले दिन वीडियो देख रहा है. Why it is so? Because of epistemology. Gyan Mimamsa, the meaning, nature, scope and origin of knowledge. Axiology is the theory of values. आप स्टार्टिंग में देखिएगा पीयूष, मैंने इसको बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया है, आपने मिस कर दिया शायद, आप समझ जाएंगे। तो दोस्तों जल्दी से एक ब्रेक लेते हैं, लेस देन 5 मिनट्स। आई विल ट्राई टू मेक इट लेस देन 5 मिनट्स, बट I hope it's going to be less than 5 minutes, and let's meet again and then we'll start ethics and ethical values. Okay? So keep watching. Stay connected. So guys, welcome back. Everybody just tell me in the comment section, audio, visual, everything is clear so that we can start again. Yes, everyone. Shall we start? So everybody is ready, both the channels. Civil, mechanical, electrical, electronics, everybody. Are you ready? Okay. So let's start. So till now we have discussed about the moral values. Now we will be talking about ethical values and ethics. As I told you, ethical values are those values which have societal sanction. Means when the society decides what is right and what is wrong, something which is external, which is imposed from outside. So all these characteristics belong to the ethical values. Now when you talk about ethical values, we have to talk about ethics. How we are defining ethics, very important, please understand. Ethics is a branch of moral philosophy. So you understand what is ethics basically? It is a branch of moral philosophy. Second, it is morality in action. This is very important to understand what is the meaning of this term, morality in action. Now till now we have not discussed about morality, but you can understand that morality is based on moral values. Now please understand why I am saying action. Because if the other people are also involved to observe my action, and until and unless I do the action, how they are going to understand whether my act was ethical or not? Hello? भाई मैंने एक कमरा है जिस कमरे में, बंद कमरे में कोई नहीं है, कोई कैमरा नहीं है, कोई मुझे देख नहीं सकता, और मैंने कोई अच्छा काम किया, तो वो अच्छा काम वो मेरे मॉरल की वजह से है, वो मेरे मॉरल वैल्यूज की वजह से है, मेरे मोरालिटी की वजह से है। बट अगर मैंने किसी ऐसी जगह पर कोई अच्छा काम किया जहां और लोग भी प्रेजेंट हैं, तो वो लोग तभी ये जान पाएंगे मैंने अच्छा किया कि नहीं किया जब मैं कुछ एक्शन करूंगा। भाई मेरे मन में क्या चल रहा है किसी को क्या पता? आर यू गेटिंग दिस और नॉट? सो इट्स अबाउट मोरालिटी इन एक्शन. Third thing, it is the summum bonum. It is the summum bonum. Summum bonum is a word which has a very particular meaning. The meaning is the highest ideal to be followed. Highest ideal to be followed. Even beyond law and religion. We will talk about the relation between ethics and law and ethics and religion also. Now you will ask me, sir, please give me a proper definition of ethics. How you are defining ethics? So please understand. Ethics is a set of standard behavior in a particular decision making. Now here decision making is important. Why? Now what color of shirt you are wearing when you are going to office does not come under ethics. It comes under code of conduct. you have to understand the difference between code of conduct and ethics. Ethics, you have to understand in terms of code of conduct. You have to respect your elders. It comes under code of conduct. You should not shout. Code of conduct. These small things does not fall into the category of ethics. So what is ethics? Ethics is about decision making. Those decisions which affect the life of hundreds and thousands and millions and billions of people. Everybody just tell me yes or no. Are you able to follow this? Ethics is not a simple decision. Ethics is a decision which affects the life of a larger section of the society. Is it clear, everybody? Yes or no? Say yes. Let us do one question about this. And I hope you will get some confidence that what you are reading, you are able to use it to solve the questions. Values like honesty, integrity, benevolence and altruism. What is the meaning of altruism? Altruism means others' interest first. Others' interest first. Others' interest first. Okay. Honesty, you know. Integrity, I have already explained. Benevolence. Benevolence means being kind to others. Being kind to others. And altruism means you are placing your interest on the second place and you are placing don't you sleep. Definitely after completing my work I will sleep. Okay. And my profession is to awake. Education is to awake. Okay. So if I sleep, what is going to happen to my students? Okay. Please be serious. And if you are interested, then be in the session. Otherwise, enjoy your life. Listen. He is asking these values are moral values or ethical values. Now please understand all these values can be moral values also and can be ethical values also at the same time, because if you only decide about these values, then it is going to be moral value. But when the society tells you to follow these values in a particular situation, then these values will become ethical values. So what is the correct answer? Both moral and ethical values. C is the correct option. See the next question. The ethical qualities are the ethical qualities are, I am not getting comments. So if you are not interested, we can stop the session. We can plan this session, the second part again, if you are not interested. Yes, Mr. GK. Perfect. He is asking which of the following is under the ethical qualities. Care of possession. Now, possession cannot be ethical quality. Possession means what? You may possess a physical thing. हो सकता है आपके पास बहुत अच्छी घड़ी हो, आपके पास बहुत महंगी कार हो. Okay, so these are possessions. Now, possessions cannot be care of possessions. आप अपनी गाड़ी का बहुत ध्यान रखते हैं, साफ रखते हैं. But this does not come under ethical qualities. So A option is wrong. Good behavior. Okay. Good manner. Now manner cannot come under ethical value, ethical qualities, because manner is something which is related to code of conduct. Code of conduct. So this is also wrong. Option C. Attention, calmness, concentration, self-confidence and self-esteem. Now please understand, attention is not an ethical value. Okay, attention is not an ethical value. Let me give you one example. Suppose there are 100 students in my class. Out of those 100 students, the student which is sitting in the first row and giving me 100% of attention, and suppose at the end he is not getting selected, and there is one candidate who is sitting on the last bench, and after all in the examination he is selected with a good rank. So who is going to be more ethical? The student who is sitting in front of me or the person who is sitting in the last bench? If you are getting the result, if you are getting the consequence, right result, then it is ethical. But attention cannot be a criteria for ethics. Hello? It is just a way how you communicate, how you grasp. So it's just a way of human behavior, not ethics. So this is also wrong. D, code of ethics. Perfectly correct. Responsibility, efficiency, perseverance, punctuality. So this is going to be ethics. This is going to be ethics. Now let us talk about attitude. Now this is going to be quite interesting. So we have talked about morals, ethics, and now we are talking about attitude. What is attitude? Attitude is the objectified reflection of a value. Objectified reflection of a value. What is the meaning of this objectified reflection of a value? Let me give you a very interesting example. Okay, listen. Suppose after getting selected, I am just giving one random example. Don't bring religion, gender and everything in that. Be objective. So after getting selected in the engineering services examination with a good rank, you are going to get married. After your marriage, when the newly married girl is going to enter in your home, there will be a constant fight between your mother and your wife. क्योंकि सास भी कभी बहू थी. You can't stop it. Now let us understand why this fight is happening. The values in your family is same as values in her family. Because they are also human being, you are also human being, you are also Indian, they are also Indian. There may be a little bit difference in terms of culture, the type of food, the way they dress. This may be different. But the values are more or less going to be same. If honesty is a value for me, honesty is value going to be for you also. So after your marriage, honesty is going to be a value for your mother also, and honesty is going to be a value for your wife also. Then why there is a fight? The fight is there because your mother and your wife, they are misunderstanding each other's attitude as values. दोनों क्या गलती कर रहे हैं? दोनों एक दूसरे के एटीट्यूड को वैल्यू समझ रहे हैं. हेलो, are you listening to this? If you understand this, 99% of the problems in your life are going to be solved tonight, this moment. Yes or no? Whatever your wife is doing, that is not actually her values, that is her attitude. When your wife goes to her father's house, she is very happy. Her behavior is changed. Why? When the situation changes, values will remain same, but attitude will be different. So the attitude is the objectified reflection of a value. जब आप किसी पर्टिकुलर परिस्थिति में किसी वैल्यू को रिफ्लेक्ट करते हैं, उससे जो कंक्लूजन निकल कर आता है उसको हम एटीट्यूड बोलते हैं. आर यू गेटिंग दिस और नॉट? This is the main reason for all the problems in your life. Whenever you meet a person, you don't confuse their attitude and values. Values सबकी अच्छी हैं, सब अच्छे इंसान हैं. But situation बदली, attitude बदल जाएगा. Attitude can change, but values will not change easily. So what is the solution? The solution is you have to make your wife and your mother understand that neither your wife is having the wrong values, nor your mother is having the wrong values. It is just the situation. When the situation will change, everything will change. So if you are having a constant fight after your marriage because of your mother and your wife, you please wait for the situation to change. When the situation will change, your newly married wife is going to cook gajar ka halwa for you and your mother. You have to wait for the right time. I'm just telling you one example, interesting example. So everybody just tell me, are you able to follow this? The difference between values and attitude. Okay. Now I say, attitude is the correct predictor of behavior. Attitude is the correct predictor of behavior. Now understand what is the logical sequence. The logical sequence is that first you are having Mewa. You understand what is Mewa? Morals, ethics, values, attitude. Now they all are going to transformed, and this is a mental construct. It is a mental construct, and it is so complex. It is so complex and interrelated that you cannot differentiate between them. One thing which is moral at this time may be ethics another time. Okay. Now when they are transformed in terms of overall values, values will be applied on a particular object or situation, and they will become attitude. And when attitude is going to be conditioned by the environmental factor, conditioned by environmental factors, then it will become behavior. When values get the objectified reflection of a value, it becomes attitude. Is it clear, everybody? Are you able to follow this? The difference between values, attitude and behavior. So attitude is the correct predictor of human behavior. Let us understand with a simple example. Now, courage is a value. Courage is a value. Can you tell me what is courage? Courage is not just the physical strength. Courage means to stand and don't lose in front of a challenging situation. People who are doing the non-violent protests, they are also courageous. Yes or no? They are not using any non-violent method. The last year, the farmers who were protesting near Delhi, they were non-violent. Yes or no? Now, being non-violent, they are courageous. Even in the harsh winter and all possible situations, they were fighting for their rights. So, courage is a value. But strength, courage is a value, but strength, this S1, S2, S3, S4 and Sn, strength is an attitude. Yes or no? Now, within this value of courage, there can be n number of strength. Sometimes being peaceful is going to be an strength. Yes or no? If you are doing a peaceful protest, non-violent protest, this is also a form of courage. Suppose when you use violent methods, maybe you are talking about non-violence. When you are using your physical strength, suppose there is a soldier who is fighting on the border. His courage is being decided how much physically strong he is, and he has to use the non-violent method to kill the enemy to save the nation. I don't know whether you are getting this or not. I'm literally quite confused because I'm not getting any comment. S1, S2, S3, Sn, these are the strengths. Strength is an attitude. In different circumstances, different strengths are going to be represented. Let me give you another example. Suppose there is a very strong person, physically very strong person. Yes or no? Hello? Physically very strong person. And there is a very weak person. Very tiny, very small, very lean. Now both of them, they are going to fight. So what will happen? What will happen? The person who is physically very strong, he is going to dominate the person who is very lean, who is very thin. But when both of them are standing in front of a lion, both of them are going to have the same response. Yes or no? It's not like that the physically strong person is saying, okay, I will fight with the lion. No, not possible. Both of them are going to run. How to save their life? It means when the situation is going to change, even if you have the same values, its reflection is going to be changed, and that is nothing but the attitude. Is it clear, everybody? Just tell me yes or no in the comment section. So courage can be expressed in the form of various strengths, and strengths are attitude depending upon the situation. Now whatever we have discussed till now, this is the complete picture how we are going to relate them together. For example, preferences means list of do's. Kya karna hai? That is list of do's. Based on liking, like or dislike, it will become interest. Based on importance, it will become a values. Interests generalized become values, and values become narrow and specific, they become interest. Now values can be divided into three parts. This is on the basis of right and wrong. Either it can be moral values, so there is some mistake, let me just correct it. Yes. Rest everything is okay, just one word I have to correct. So this is ethical values and this is just values or other values. Now values can be divided into three categories. Values which are on the basis of the idea of right and wrong. So either it can be moral values if it is the individual sanction, yes or no, if it is internal, inner wise, conscience, character based, and it is going to be ethical if it is society based, when the society is going to tell you what is right and what is wrong. And there are other values which are beyond the idea of right and wrong. Now moral values, when they are objectified, reflected, when they are reflected upon an object or situation, they will transform into moral attitude. Again, this is one mistake, so let me correct it. This is not ethical, this is moral attitude. This is moral attitude. This is moral attitude. So moral values reflected upon an object or situation, they will transform into moral attitude. When moral attitude conditioned by the environmental factors, it becomes moral behavior. Now what is this environmental factor? Let us understand. I will give you one very interesting example and you will understand it. Okay. Now suppose you have a moral value. What is the moral value? You have a moral value that there should be no untouchability. You understand? Untouchability, छुआछूत. आप छुआछूत के खिलाफ हो, ये आपकी moral value है. आपको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि समाज आपसे कहे ना कहे, आपको अंदर से लगता है कि भाई हम किसी के साथ ऐसा क्यों करें. There should be no untouchability. You are against untouchability. This is your moral value. Now, it is reflected upon a situation. Suppose आपके घर में जो काम करने आती है मेड, उसके साथ सपोज आपकी माता जी या आपकी दादी माँ, your mother or your grandmother or somebody in your family, they are following untouchability. So what happened? Objectified reflection of a value. So suddenly you are getting what? Anger. You are asking your mother or grandmother, don't do this. This is wrong. We should not follow untouchability. We should avoid it. But objectified reflection of a value becomes moral attitude. But environmental factors. You cannot go to the police station and file an FIR against your mother or grandmother because they are following untouchability. But see the other case. Same situation. You see there is a person who is following untouchability. Article 17 of the Indian Constitution, it prohibits untouchability. You can note it down somewhere, you can get it in the examination. Now there is someone who is not related to you and he is also following untouchability. Then again your values will be objectified, reflected. उस situation में apply हो गया. आपको गुस्सा आई. Environmental factors. That person is not anybody who is related to you anyway. Now you can file an FIR as per the Article 17 of the Indian Constitution. Is it clear, everybody? Are you getting this idea or not? In the same way, ethical values will transform into ethical attitude and ethical attitude will transform into ethical behavior. In the same way, other values will transform into general attitudes and general attitudes will transform into general behavior. This is the complete picture of moral, ethics, values and attitude. Is it clear, everybody? I'm not getting your response. Tell me fast. Are you getting the complete idea? Okay, so last 10 minutes. Okay, we'll go up to 2. It's 1:50 already and we'll go up to 2 and see how much we can complete and then we'll stop and we will plan another session because it's getting too late in the night. Not that good for you. So you understand? First there will be values when they are reflected upon a situation or object, they will transform into attitude, and attitude conditioned by the environmental factors will become your behavior. Anubhav, those notes are little old, not updated. Okay, that belongs to 2018, I hope, if you remember. So they are little obsolete. Okay, it's your choice. I am not imposing anything on you. It's your choice. I am just telling you the fact because it belongs to 2018, so that is old. Now let us talk about Mewa objects. Mewa objects means it is a mental construct. Mental construct means something which is only in your mind. It does not have a physical shape. It does not have a physicality so that you can show it to anyone. Now all these morals, ethics, values and attitude, they have 3 components. One is cognitive component. Cognitive component is based on logic, reason, rationality, or you can say brain activity. Brain activity. What is affective component? I told you, wherever you find this word affective, you understand it is about emotional dimension of your brain. It is the emotional dimension of your brain. Yeah, the targeted year was 2019. The targeted year was 2019. It's okay, it's okay, it's your choice, Anubhav. But what I am discussing right now, it's quite updated. It has been almost 2-3 years. Then we have the action tendency. Then we have the action tendency. Now let me give you one simple example. PDF you will be getting in my personal Telegram channel on BYJU'S Exam Prep. Okay, that is Electrical by Ashutsoh Sir. Go to the Telegram app, just search my name, Electrical by Ashutsoh Sir. Okay, you will get my photograph, just join it. After the session, I will upload it. Okay, now understand. Suppose, again I am giving you one very funny example, so don't put your mind in that, just enjoy it and learn it. Okay. Yes, that time thinkers were not that much important, because last year if you see, there were 3 direct questions. There were 3 direct questions. Is there any problem with the internet connection? I see looping. I think there is some issue with the internet. Just wait for some time. Yeah, it's looping. Now it's okay. So there is some constant internet issue, I think. Just give me one moment. So friends, I hope let's stop because it's too much late in the night. So we'll plan another session for this. Okay, we'll plan another session for this. That will be better, because obviously we cannot complete it. So just to give you some idea, because we'll plan another session. So just to give you some idea. Next session will be planned soon. Stay connected. To be continued. Okay, let's stop here. It is happening all the time. All the time it's happening. So let us plan another session. We'll plan next session. Definitely 100% we'll plan. So stay connected. The PDF you will be getting, I'm just again mentioning because a lot of students, they have this doubt. So the PDF you will be getting in the Telegram channel, that is Electrical by Ashutsoh Saxena. Okay, you will be getting the PDF here. See, the major portion which is remaining, Mustafa, is that we have to complete there is some portion which we have to complete before we go to the ethical theories, and then we will talk about some thinkers and contemporary issues. I think one more class for around 2 to 3 hours if I get, then we can complete it. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me live in the discussion. I hope it was a learning experience for you and it is going to help you in your engineering services examination. The way I am discussing the concept, the way I am trying to give you the concept, it is going to be with you for a longer period of time, and you will understand how to handle questions in the engineering services examination. Thank you so much. Take care. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your love, respect, and appreciation. Thank you so much. Best wishes. Thank you.